For a decade now, you can buy something like this. These are all active noise cancelling headphones, and this is probably nothing special anymore. But since 2019, you can also just get active noise cancelling earphones, which is just pretty cool. So way smaller, right in your ear with active noise cancelling, pretty advanced technology. I think Sony were the first ones. Apple followed really quick with their AirPods Pro I have also here, as well as I think Sennheiser and Bose are also just getting into the game, so these are probably the 4 big brands you're looking at. But on the other side, there are also just some hidden champions, I would call them this way. They are also entering this game in 2020, like the Hyphen 2, the Pamu Quiet, and as well Zendure I'm probably a big fan of. And that's why I feel the Zendure ZenPods right in front of me, another earphone with active noise cancelling and environmental noise cancelling, so just get right into the review. Here we go, and welcome to the Idea of Technology. My name is Michael, and today we're just looking at the Zendure ZenPods, and I'm just really hyped. Little disclaimer in the beginning, this is just a review sample I got for free from Zendure. Okay, I needed to pay customs and duties, which is just a bummer in Germany, but on the other side, this is just a review sample, so just to clarify this in the beginning, nevertheless, you will just get always my honest review and my honest opinion on this channel. And I just really want to get started with the specs and the audio experience of the Zendure ZenPods because they are just pretty cool. So these are just coming in 3 different colors, a white, black, and the blue one. And the blue one has some sort of gradient on it. I have now the Zendure mini power bank, you probably already know. I really like this color, so that was just why I was choosing for my power bank. And I would love to have the blue version for review here, but honestly, I've just here the white one, which is totally fine. But on the other side, this is just really a highly polished plastic, and I'm not a huge fan of them, especially also on the AirPods Pro. This is just the same casing, the same plastic. Probably I don't like it that much because it just wears out over time and you get some scratches on this highly polished material. Something more durable would be just better. And what you get in the box is just pretty basic, nothing special. 3 different silicone ear tips, also this oval shape that you just know from the Apple AirPods Pro especially, so they are just fitting really good, so you can just choose the best fit for you, which is really important with active noise cancelling headphones or earphones because you just need a really good seal. On the other side, you get a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, as well as a manual and nothing more. So I like the packaging, really simple, really clean. The ZenPod case itself is also just really simple, like this clamshell design. And the hinge is not opening the super wide, as you can see here, but it's just wide enough. You can just grab the earbuds really easily. And on the other side, it all just snaps in place really tight with a magnet inside of it. It's super compact, super light. In my opinion, or in my research, it's just the lightest active noise cancelling earbuds and with the smallest footprint overall you can get on the market at the moment. So if just size and weight is your biggest thing you're just focusing on, definitely go for the ZenBuds. Even though the design is just pretty easy, I would love to have a somehow different approach to the opening and closing mechanism. Not only the hinge is a little bit fragile and not opening that wide, as well, you just want to have more better feedback when you're just opening it and easier grip on the lid when you're just putting it open. So it's just my personal opinion, could be a little bit easier because out of this clamshell design here, you will always have a little bit struggle even when you have sweaty fingers that you can open it and close it, but that's just a little minor detail that could improve on in the 2nd generation. When I took the first look at this spec sheet, I was just pretty amazed because the drivers are just extremely huge on these ZenPods here. So they're promising 13 millimeters drivers, active drivers, which is just super insane. If you think about the most earbuds you can get, you have between 6 and 9 millimeters. And the Apple AirPods Pro have 11 millimeters drivers, so these are already super huge. But now with 13 millimeters drivers, I expect that the ZenBuds can move just a lot of air. Furthermore, on the spec sheets, you will get really long runtime only with the earbuds between 5 and 6.5 hours, which is just really long in my opinion, even with active noise cancelling on. With the case, you get additional 18 to 24 hours, which is totally fine for me. But the little downside is you can only recharge the case with USB Type-C, okay, which is just pretty cool because nowadays you can even get some cases with just micro USB, which is a totally no-go for me in 2020. USB Type-C is just pretty cool, but no wireless charging. So just consider this if your workflow and your way of living is more likely going on Qi charges. You cannot do this with the ZenPods at the moment. You probably just need to go for some other earbuds out there. They have just enabled a Qi charging at this moment. And you also get some modes like active noise cancelling and transparency mode. You probably always need with active noise cancelling earbuds because you're not noticing so much in your environment anymore, and you can also just shut them off. And I also like that they not have some sort of squeezing with the Apple AirPods Pro or just some physical buttons. They have just the soft touch buttons on the outside of the earbuds, and I really like it because it's more natural to just tap on this and not just squeeze into your ear or just squeeze the whole earbud after all. So this is just also pretty cool when it comes to just controlling the whole earbud, and you just don't need to rely on a companion app or something like this. Everything is just controlled within the ZenPods, and that's just pretty good. Furthermore, on the controls, so you can just really control everything just with the ZenPods. A little downside is you really need to look into the manual and just learn all the controls, because sometimes they can just be a little bit counterintuitive and you just really don't know what should I do next to perform this certain control I just want to use. But on the other side, you can just completely rely on the microphones inside of them because they are just pretty good, and just use your voice assistant of your choice. Like it's just whatever you want to use with your iPhone or just with your Android phone, no problem at all. So probably you will just get to this route and it's just totally fine. That means overall you can clearly see and recognize that Zendure is just focusing on the main essentials you just want for active noise cancelling earphones. And I think they're delivering really good on the strong points you really need to do right. In terms of sound quality, we'll just talk in a minute, but overall I think the package when it comes to hardware and specs is just really good and reliable, and even considering the price point, I think this could be just really good value for you. But on the other side, there's definitely no doubt that the ZenPods are definitely heavily inspired by the Apple AirPods Pro, which is not bad at all, but hopefully Zendure will not fall into the same pit hole like OnePlus did with their own earbuds when they were just trying to ship them and get them through customs and duties in the United States. But this is just a completely different story after all. So the design language is extremely similar. The case is completely different, but when we look at the earbuds itself, there's no doubt they are heavily inspired when it comes to the oval silicon as well as to the overall design language. So don't get me wrong, this is definitely a strong point for Zendure because you just get this really light and comfortable feeling in your ears, so they're just hanging in your ears, not generating too much pressure. And I really like that they just somehow delivered a product that is really similar to the AirPods Pro, but somehow with their own signature from Zendure. Summary for the hardware, this definitely checks a lot of boxes when it comes to the specs on the spec sheet, but the hardware is pretty good when we're talking about the buds itself. But I think they could just improve on the case itself, maybe adding wireless charging, better hinge and better opening and closing mechanisms. So this could be just a little bit better, but probably this is not the main priority for you to buy active noise cancelling earphones at the end. But that's why we're now coming to the elephant in the room and the most important part: how do they sound? How good is the active noise cancelling and the environmental noise cancelling, they're calling it? This is definitely something we need to focus on now, because building good earbuds is just really easy nowadays in 2020, but building really good active noise cancelling earbuds is a completely different chapter, and that's why we need to talk about this now. And honestly, the active noise cancelling is just better than expected, and the sound quality overall as well. That means the ANC is not as strong as on the Sonys or on the Apple earbuds at the end, but you really hear the difference. So the rumble and the low frequency noises are absolutely filtered out there. I need to mention that the ZenPods only rely on a single microphone per earbud, even when the competitors are just using two mics at the end. So this is just a little difference between these, but Zendure is doing some enhanced algorithm technology behind this, so they just made pretty good ANC The seal in my ears is just perfect, so I have no problem at all, and you can really hear the differences, and the transparency mode is also just in a way implemented that's just comfortable. So I always have the struggle when I use ANC that I have some sort of pressure in my ears, but this is not the case with the ZenBuds at the end. So if you're really new to this feature of active noise cancelling in earbuds, you will be probably really amazed. I have the comparison to the Apple AirPods Pro, which I really need to draw somehow because they're just playing in the same game after all. So the Apple products are doing it just a little bit better and more performance, more powerful active noise cancelling. You feel more isolated, while the Zendure ones are just more light, and it's more like you still get a little bit of environment around you if you want to. The transparency mode is really good, and shutting it off just keeps them getting a really good true wireless earbud after all. But you really just need to draw some comparison there. And the absolutely champion here is definitely the sound quality when you listen to music. The first time I turned them on and I listened to my favorite music, I was just blown away because the bass is just so impressive and just so massive. I've never experienced it like this with other earbuds. Even the AirPods Pro are not able to deliver this much bass. And also the highs are really, really tight. And at the end, I really like the overall experience. So I like to listen to music with a lot of bass and highs. The mids are definitely better on the AirPods Pro. So when you listen to a lot of vocal-oriented music, you probably just need to figure out if this is the right product for you. But I think overall the sound quality is just really impressive for the very first earbuds from Zendure. This is just a really, really good product. And about sound quality, when we're talking about Zoom calls or just conference calls now, working from home, whatever, these are delivering really good quality at the end, and I have never experienced any problems on my side, and even my colleagues on the other side never really noticed that I just changed my earbuds after all. And I think that's just a good sign when it comes to microphones and the whole sound quality of these. There's no problem at all, and I've never had any issues with some connectivity issues or something like this. So this is also just something I just take to consideration, that these are pretty advanced, even though this is just the first try from Zendure. Conclusion. If you're actually at this moment looking for active noise cancelling earbuds, in my opinion, this is definitely a no-brainer, even considering the price this is launching at. So this is just really amazing. On the other side, if you're really looking for the very best active noise cancelling earphones, there are probably better out there, but they're more likely ranging about $200 and even more. And if you're just looking for really good earbuds, there are also just cheaper and more advanced and pretty good solutions out there. But the combination of active noise cancelling, the good price, the really good fit, in my opinion. So they just took the very best of what Apple just created a couple of years ago and just implemented into this little device with their own techniques and their own Zendure charm, I would say it that way. This is absolutely a device I can highly recommend if you're looking for earbuds at the moment. Shooting this video, this is probably the pick you should just get. And as always, if you dislike this video, you know what to do. But if you liked it, hit like down there, get subscribed, and enable the notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any future video of the idea of technology. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.